TemplateTab is one of my favorite things to use in the classroom. It allows me to open up one Google Sheet spreadsheet instead of 30 Google Docs. And I would argue the answer is always a spreadsheet. If you can do it in a Google Doc, you can do it probably in a spreadsheet. So what I do is I take one spreadsheet and I design a graphic organizer, something for the students to work on in the spreadsheet. And then TemplateTab will duplicate it for every student whose name is on the roster. TemplateTab works with Google Sheets. So you're going to start with creating a new spreadsheet. I use sheets.new. Then you just go to the extensions menu, choose to set up the sheet, which gives you a place to put in the names of your students or whatever tab names you want. And then on the second tab, create a graphic organizer. Here in my spreadsheet, I have added a few names to the roster. Just go ahead and simply type the names into the list. This is where your student names go, or it could be any tab names that you want to use. Then on the second tab is where you're going to create your graphic organizer. So I'm going to have my students give me some adjectives and verbs, and that's going to set it up so that I can run TemplateTab. Once you have your roster and your graphic organizer into a spreadsheet, you're simply going to come back up to the extensions menu and find TemplateTab. From there, you've already set up the sheet, so we just want to run TemplateTab. Now look at the tabs here at the bottom. While this is loading, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And you can see that it created a copy of the graphic organizer for every name on the roster. TemplateTab is really convenient. It allows me to use the same spreadsheet with multiple students. But what about my next class or next year's class? I don't want to have to start completely from scratch. And this is where I'm going to show you a feature in TemplateTab to create a fresh spreadsheet with that graphic organizer ready for you to use TemplateTab again. Where you're going to find this option is in the extensions menu, go under TemplateTab, and there's advanced features. And then this sidebar is going to give you all kinds of great options, where one of them is to create a new copy to make a fresh TemplateTab. Now, when you want to reuse your activity, you'll notice the names along the bottom. Those aren't going to be your next year's students' names or the next class. So you're going to want to reuse this. So I'm going to go up to the extensions menu, go to TemplateTab, and use Show Advanced Features. This is going to open a sidebar with a whole bunch of options. Let's go ahead and scroll down here. And you see this option to create a copy. So we're going to create a fresh copy of this TemplateTab. So I'm going to click on Create New. Now it's going to create this in your Google Drive. If you have pop-ups enabled, then it's going to open up in a new tab. If you don't have pop-ups enabled, you can just copy this link and paste it into a new tab, or again, find it in your Google Drive. So you're going to see now it's set up to have a roster. As soon as this finishes loading, we're going to see, yep, it's got the template ready to go at the bottom and for you to put in a fresh roster.